Hi, I'm Amanda Ziba. Welcome to my channel, Writing with the Word Nerd. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how much it costs to self-publish a book on Amazon. I'm going to walk you through each step along the way, letting you know the price tag for each step in the process. Make sure you stay with me till the very end for the final cost and how I can help you with your own self-publishing project. Before we get going, I wanted to give you a little background information. So hi, my name is Amanda Ziba. I am the self-published author of 10 books, and I decided to try self-publishing after I attempted the traditional route without success for a little bit. That's not to say that it's not a route I won't ever pursue or I'm not interested in. I'm just excited about the opportunities that self-publishing offered me and can offer you. Several years ago, I worked with a small indie press, and what they were essentially doing was publishing books through Kindle Direct Press, or formerly CreateSpace. I had so much fun in this process with this small indie press that I kept pressing them saying, hey, what if we did a series about this? And what if we did a series about that? And would you want to have a story about this? And I think that the owner eventually just got tired of me asking. And so she said, Amanda, I can teach you how to do this for yourself. And thus began my journey with self-publishing. I'm hoping that I can be that person for you that will teach you how to go through this process so that then you can go on to create your stories, share them with the world, and have some of the success that I have. The very first step in this process is writing a good book. One of the things that I always wanted to know when I began self-publishing is how much is this all going to cost? I'm excited about writing. I want to share my story with the world, but how much is it going to cost me? And I know that money can be kind of a taboo topic. People don't like to talk about it, but it's really important to know up front what it's going to cost to get all the way through this process. And so what I want to do right now is I want to walk you through a case study. I want to share with you going through these 7 steps, what it looks like for my book, Close Quarters. What did it cost me along the way? And your process might be different. You might choose to hire out things that I did myself, or you might choose to do things yourself that I hired out, but at least it will give you a starting point so you can know what to expect moving forward. Are you ready? Here we go. I started my manuscript for Close Quarters in May, and I finished it in September. So that's 5 months. It didn't cost me anything but time and energy to write that, so writing my manuscript was free. If this is a step that you feel like you need help with, I have a product on my website called Story Seedlings that walks you through the novel writing process. Think about making a meal, all right? You go to the grocery store and you gather up all the ingredients and then you bring them home and assemble it so then you can eat it. That's what Story Seedlings is. It's taking these little snippets of ideas that you have for your story, growing them into a big, strong, sturdy tree of a story idea and manuscript. So if you need help with this writing process, I can help you there. One thing that I did to be able to help me to write this manuscript so quickly is I participated in writing sprints. I would set the timer on my phone. I would turn off all the extra tabs on my computer. I would silence my phone. I'd turn on some white noise music in the back to just block out any distractions. And then I would write for 30 minutes. No checking my Facebook account, no looking at my email, no even going to the bathroom. Just write for 30 minutes. And that little timer, that little pressure, that small amount of focused time, doing that several times a day helped me to get through this manuscript quickly. So I wrote a whole blog post about writing sprints if you want to learn more about them. The link is in your workbook so you can see if this strategy would also help you write your manuscript. I also share a lot of information on my Facebook page and in my blog about my writing process. So if this is a step that you want to learn more about, you can sign up for my blog. The link is in your workbook, or follow me on social media to get little sneak peeks at this process that might help you figure out how best to get your manuscript written. Next up, we need to polish that manuscript until it shines. I had 5 beta readers for Close Quarters. I had my sister-in-law, my husband's cousin, a friend who's a book coach, another friend who's a writer, and one other person from my critique group, Mississippi Valley Writers Guild. If you're looking for people to help you polish up your manuscript, you can reach out to organizations like SCBWI, Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, or local writing groups to help you get your beta readers to polish up your manuscript. But I had a couple different people read through my manuscript, give me some edits, let me know what was working and what wasn't. And this was a free process for me. Typically, beta readers are not something that you pay for. So if someone's asking to be a beta reader and ask for money, I would be a little bit nervous about that. This should be a free step. The third step is one of my least favorite and definitely the most tedious: interior formatting. Even though I said earlier that I hate interior formatting, it is truly my least favorite job. It is something that I can do reasonably well. And so I did that using the Kindle Direct Press templates for free. I also enhanced in close quarters some of the images that go right before each chapter, and I created those on Canva, which is also free. Step 4 is one of the most fun. It's making the book cover. For the cover of this book, I did something really unique. I designed it myself, but I hired an artist to create the image for me. I could have just gotten something off of Shutterstock like I've done in the past, but this book takes place in my hometown, and so I wanted to reflect that. Like I recommended to you earlier, found a couple of book covers that I really liked that had the mood and kind of feel that I was looking for. I showed those to the artist and asked her if she'd be interested, and she said that she was. The only problem was that the price for her art was more than I had budgeted for the book cover. I had a couple options. I could walk away and try something different, or I could get creative. So I went back to the artist and I said, I am not saying that your art is not valued at the price that you gave me, but I am telling you that that is out of my price range. What if we do this? What if I pay you $200 up front for the art, and then at the book launch party, we silent auction off your art, and if nobody purchases it for the amount that you would need to get to that total of $300, I will buy it personally for $100. So I may still pay the full fee, but somebody else might pay part of that fee, and I'd have something really cool going on at my book launch party. So that was a way that I still spent the budgeted amount that I wanted to, but in the end, I was able to get the artist her full amount, actually more than her full amount. So side story about this, a family friend ended up purchasing the art for me above the artist's asking price. And so the artist got a bonus. I got to have the original art, all thanks to a good friend. Another even little side fun tangent story to this is that my son was also betting on the silent auction. He didn't understand how it works, that you have to bid more than the person prior to you in order to be in it. And he went and he put his whole allowance amount on the line. And it warmed my heart so much to know that he was trying to support me in that way. He's such a big heart in such a little kid. So all in all, this book cover cost me $200 for the art, and then I designed it for free on Canva. Step 5 is one of the parts people worry about the most, but really it's one of the easiest: uploading the book to Amazon, otherwise known as Kindle Direct Press. As we said before, using Kindle Direct Press is free. You don't have to pay any money until you order your author copy. So uploading everything into their system and onto their platform was free. Step 6 is to order your proof copy. Then I ordered my proof copy. The cost to create this book is $4.56, but because I am not very good at being patient for these kinds of things, I ordered expedited shipping and processing, and so the total copy to get my proof copy in hand was $17.48. Step 7 is by far the most expensive, and that is ordering and purchasing your stock of books to sell. When I self-publish a book, I typically order 200 copies of that book to have on hand. Now, sometimes it takes me months and months and months to sell all 200 of those copies. Sometimes, if I'm really lucky, like with this one, I sell out of those copies quickly. But to order 200 copies of these books at $4.58 each, plus the shipping, it cost me about $1,000. It can kind of feel like a lot up front, but you don't have to order as many books as I did. Sometimes, when I was first starting, I'd order 25 or I'd order 50. You need to figure out what feels like a good fit for you. Maybe start small and then add on more later. You should know that they take about 2 weeks to get to your house. Even if you have Amazon Prime, you can't 2-day order these. The printing process doesn't work that way. So you should expect about 2 weeks in order for it to get to you. An expensive part of this process is the shipping. You can use media mail because they're books, but books are heavy. And so for these 200 books, it costs $93 to ship. And so you need to take into account the shipping. Sometimes I play around with, I'm going to order 25 books and see how much shipping is. And then I put in 30 books and see how much shipping is. And kind of find where the breaking point is for when the shipping goes up and seeing how many books I can get for the lowest shipping amount. So you can mess around with that calculator a little bit when you're ordering your author copies off of your dashboard to figure out what feels like the good fit for the financial commitment you want to make. Step 8 is marketing. While I'm waiting for those 2 weeks for the books to arrive, I switch into marketing mode. And for this book, I ordered bookmarks specifically that matched to this story. I have generic bookmarks too, but I wanted something really fun to go with this. So in this story, I have mentioned over 30 local businesses and stores. In this bookmark, I created kind of a scavenger hunt, kind of like a pub crawl, if you will, for businesses in the town. And it's just a checklist. So if the readers want to experience my city the way the characters did, they can go to all of the places listed on the back of the bookmark. I ordered 500 of these bookmarks from nextdayflyers.com, a site I highly recommend. It's cheaper than Vistaprint, for $75. So that was part of my marketing cost. I also ordered print invitations, 150 postcards from a local business that I then handed out to family members, friends, colleagues, coworkers, members of my writing group. I also mailed out several of them. So for the postcards, it cost me $65, and then I think I also spent about $50 in postage for the ones that I chose to mail out. I also did blog posts and social media posts, which were free. So a wide variety of marketing efforts included just talking and telling people that this book was coming. Step 9 is perhaps the most fun, the launch party. A lot of the talking that I did was about the launch party. Now, you can have a launch party in a wide variety of places and plan it in a wide variety of ways, anywhere from free all the way up to thousands of dollars. And we talk more about that in Book Marketing 101 in section 2 of this course. But I'll tell you that for this book, my launch party took place at the La Crosse Distilling Company, a really trendy new bar distillery downtown in La Crosse. We met on the 2nd floor in the loft. It was incredible. I had 75 people attend. It felt like a small wedding. Friends, coworkers, family members, neighbors from when I was a child, people from my church, the ladies I play bingo with, everybody was there. This is a newer business, and they were just hoping to get people into the door and introduce them to their place and to their menu and to what they had to offer. So they did not charge me a room fee, but I did order food that would get close to what their room fee would be, just to thank them for hosting me. And so for the space and for the decor that I planned for this launch party, it cost me around $400 for my launch party. All right, so when we follow all of these steps, what's our all-in cost? Okay, so when we add up all of these costs, what does the book cost? What did the marketing cost? What did the launch party cost? All of these steps along the way, the copy editor, everything. My investment into Close Quarters was a little over $2,000. $2,095 to be exact. So when you're thinking about what's it going to cost to create a book and to publish it and to have 200 copies of that book, I think that $2,000 is a pretty fair assessment of the financial investment that you're going to need to make. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. I hope that you found this price breakdown helpful. Subscribe to my channel to stay connected to great videos and information about self-publishing. In the near future, I'll be sharing a video on book royalties and specifically what I've made with this book, Close Quarters. If you'd like help in your own self-publishing journey, head to my website, amandaziba.com, and check out my course, or you can browse my Writing with the Word Nerd channel playlists for more free advice on this topic. And finally, make sure you check out the description for links to other great resources. Happy writing and happy publishing!